Hey YouTube, how you guys doing tonight? Kevin here coming at you with another video. Okay, the motor that's right in front of you is from it's a 90cc Kawasaki G8, and that came off that Kawasaki 90 there. And this is the engine that I did the 12 volt conversion to. Alright, it's getting to the time where I'm going to be pulling that off the stand because my KE102 engine's going on the stand to do its test run. But we're not doing that until the carburetor is all complete and done. And I got some really heavy modifications that are going to be done to that one. But a gentleman asked me a while back about the clutch adjustment. I did a clutch adjustment video on how to adjust the clutch. And he wasn't sure because his was this style right here and didn't have the mark to line it up with. So I wanted to address that tonight and kind of go over how to adjust a clutch that doesn't have a mechanism to it, like a notch, because mine had a notch here and a notch up top there on our KEs. But some of you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, who have different older units like this particular bike motor right here, don't have that. So you can have KE 100s, the early ones, the early KMs, the early KEs, like the real early bikes, didn't have the notches. Those didn't come out until way later on. So I'm going to address on how to, like I already showed you how to adjust it to move the lever, the clutch lever, okay, but where do you set it to? So I'm going to go over that with you guys relatively quickly because I have a lot of different things to go over. So what you're going to do is a 90-degree angle. It's real simple. This whole mechanism is at an angle. So your first line is going to be right across the two screw holes. This screw and that screw. So there's your baseline right there. And then, we have another screwdriver here. Right here. That is a 90-degree angle. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go across your two lines like that. And then your rod should be straight down from that. And that's how you're going to adjust it, by eye. Okay? So that this rod right here is parallel from this point to this point. The two center holes should be at 90 degrees. Okay? If they're not at 90 degrees, then you're going to turn the screw and adjust them till they turn to 90 degrees. And then you'll go in until it just touches. Okay, so basically on my clutch video, everything is the same, except for on the ones without the mark. You got to kind of draw an imaginary line, literally, and like this right here, I'll show you. Right here is a 90, okay? 45, 90, all right? And that's how you would set your clutches, so to engage properly. So I wanted to touch base on that with you guys. So a lot of guys and a lot of women are making these bikes, and they're doing a they're trying to performance their bikes and lighten up. I call it lighten up the fat lady. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna lighten up the bike. So I want to show you guys a little bit of some other stuff. Let me get my chair over here. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Little guy's in bed, sleeping, and let me get my paper here because I wrote everything down. And tonight we're going to discuss, cylinders. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so I've got, let me move you back here so you can see what's going on. Just you up like so. Good enough. Okay, so there's a few different bikes that I deal with on my channel. One being the KE 100s. That's one of our favorite. The KM 100, the KD 80, the KD 100. We deal with the G8s, the G5s, the 10 speeds, and all that stuff. But we're going to do a comparison video on a couple of different cylinder heads and a couple of different cylinders and show you guys what the differences are and how they will affect your bike. Alright, so keep that in mind. We're going to talk about weights tonight. Weights, imports, and pros and cons. Okay, if you will. So let me grab my cylinder over here. Remember where I put it? Right here, right here. Okay. Alright, so this is a cylinder right here, or a cylinder liner, which you would typically find in a cast iron head, jug, or cylinder, whatever you call them. You can put them in a KE 100, but they're totally different. Okay, so first we're going to get the easy part out of the way, and we're going to talk about the cylinder heads. There are many different cylinder heads. One in particular that I have on my KE 100, or the KE 102 build, is a high compression head found on a G5 10-speed. It came off of a Trail Boss, 1972 Trail Boss 100. But that's not a very common head. I'm going to use the two common heads that you would typically find at on your bikes. Okay. One is the Kawasaki KE 100 head. You guys have recognized it right off the bat. It is a robust head, and robust meaning thick, heavy, and solid. Okay. And it features a Hemi style. Hemi means hemispheric, where the spark plug is directly in the center. Okay. But it really doesn't do you no good because the electrode is right in the way. So, of it blowing straight down. But anyway, this cylinder head has a weight of 2 pounds, 11 ounces. Okay? So this head weighs 2 pounds, 11 ounces. So say you want to shed a pound. Okay? The next cylinder head, this is found on a KE 100, KD 100, a KD 80, or a KM 100. It features a lightweight aluminum head, easy for heat transfer, and it has a hemispheric style cylinder, what they all do, but the spark plug is off to the side. Okay? What does that mean? Absolutely nothing. There's not going to be no effect. It's literally moved maybe 4 or 5 degrees over. Okay? This cylinder head weighs 1.11 ounces. So 1 pound, 11 ounces. This head is 2 pounds, 11 ounces. Okay? So there's literally 1 pound difference. So for those of you who are building your bikes and you want to change your cylinder head to something a little lighter, you can go with the KD or KM100 head, and it will work out just fine. And there's a plus. You don't need to rejet. Your jetting can stay the way it is. Okay? So, keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk to you, we're going to get these heads out of here. Move this one down here too. What is the difference between the KD and the KD 80 and the KD 100? Okay, a lot of people don't understand that they are two different animals. A lot of parts are interchangeable and a lot of parts are not changeable. So, the cylinders, this is where you have to do your homework, and I'm going to do your homework for you. I'm the guy in your class that says, hey, let me see your paperwork. I'll fill in all the correct answers. I'm doing that for you right now. Okay? These two cylinder heads, let's see if I can expand them up a little bit here. Kind of cock you over like that. Here we go. These two jugs, cylinders, are basically the same. Okay? The shapes, the size, the ports are all the same. However, the height is different. Okay? So you cannot put a KD 80 head, jug on a KM 100 or a KD 100. And what the heck's going on here? You can't expect them to work alright. It's not going to happen. So, the differences between the two is the height difference, and which means your stroke is different. Okay, and that's a big thing with the strokes, because this is 51.8 and this is like 46. Okay, so millimeters. So I believe it's 40. It's right in that realm, 46 or 48 mil. It's in the 40s. Either way, they're wrong. Okay, they're you can't use them. So the next part is the under part, the ports. You will note that they have the exact same porting, and they do use the same gaskets. So if you have gaskets from a KE and you want to use it on a KD or a KM, you can. They're all the same gasket kits. The same head gasket and the same base gasket. However, you cannot use the same exhaust gaskets because they're smaller. Now, the other difference between these two jugs is the weight. This jug right here weighs 7.4. So 7 pounds 4 ounces. And this one weighs 7 pounds 9 ounces. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is he telling me what the weight is? Why do I care how much it weighs? Well, power to weight ratio. That's what I'm talking about. If you're building a performance bike, you want to have the bike as light as possible and as more power as possible. So you want power and less weight. Okay? That's what makes for a fast, powerful dirt bike or on off-road. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this jug away and I'm going to do a comparison on the KE 100. Alright, so let's get this flipped over. It's probably not going to hold itself up like that one is. Same ports, same gaskets, same head gaskets. Now both jugs are 100 cc's, or 99 to be technical. Okay, in fact, for the record, I'm going to grab this one right here. You can see right on the camera there. 99 cc's. 99 cc's, right? It's just right there. 99 cc's. Okay. So, this is from a KD 100 or a KM 100. This is from a KE 100. Now, a couple of different things. This one's all aluminum and features a nickel cylinder. This one is all cast iron and features a cast iron or a steel sleeve. Okay. This one can be bored out and honed, or just honed. This one has to be re-nickel, so you have to send that out and have it re-nickel plated, nickel plating, and you can bore it out, and then you have to do that. So to performance this one, the KE 100, it's going to cost you a lot more money than say a KD or a KM 100. Because this right here, they just bore it, hone it, and get it back, and there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This one right here, they have to bore it out, send it out, and have it re-nickel. Is it worth it? Yes. It's a very durable coating, and it seems to last a lot longer. It's very, very tough. And it also allows you to run a lightweight cylinder. That's what the key is. With power to weight ratios, like even that G3 that's right there, that features a cast iron cylinder as well. And cast iron, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that. Cast iron with an aluminum head like that, they heat up at different temperatures. So these are more prone to blowing a head gasket, because the head gasket's copper, it's not a bimetal. So when you have two different types of metals, and now you're adding a third one, copper, all three of those are going to heat up at different temperatures. Okay? The thing with copper is copper heats up to whatever's running the hottest. Okay? And kind of adapts to that. And because of all the different types of metal, they're all going to heat up at different temperatures, different times, and different, what do you call it, their temps. So if you took a temp gun, excuse me, I'm tired, and put it on the head, it's going to be a different temperature than your jug. It's just the way it is. Now, you take that same cylinder head, and you stick it on that motor, well now, you have a very lightweight design. You have just same coolant, and you have an aluminum cylinder. So now both of these are going to heat up at the same time. The only insulator between them is going to be the copper. Now, what we're going to talk about is the weight difference. Okay? This cylinder right here is from a KM, like my yellow bike, or my red bike if it was a KD 100. So KM and KD 100s. This cylinder weighs in at 7 pounds 9 ounces. Yeah, that's heavy. The KE 100, excuse me, I'm really sorry about that. The KE 100 runs in at 3 pounds 4 ounces. Okay? I weighed them up. That is a significant difference. Okay, that's like 4 pound difference right there. Okay? Almost 4 pound difference. Now, if you have a cylinder that's replaceable like this sleeve, which gets pressed in there, okay, that sleeve weighs 1.7 ounces, 1 pound 7 ounces, and your piston is 5.4 ounces. So what I'm getting at with all this, if you want to build a durable, lightweight design, okay, that's going to give you more power to weight ratio, the KE 100 cylinder is the way to go. Now you can interchange them unless you did some fancy framework, but I just want to show you what the differences are. And the older KE 100s, some of them had cast iron cylinders, which you can replace with the newer modern aluminum ones. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is that 90cc sitting right there. I literally have no use for this motor. Okay? It is a good motor. It ran absolutely wonderful once I fixed the main jet that popped out. And the oil works. Everything works on this motor. It's got good clutches. I have all the side covers and everything else. So what do I do with an old G8 engine? Now that engine right there would bolt up to a KD, a KM, a KE 100 frame just fine. Okay? It has no oddball things to it. Everything is pretty much the same. So what do I do with an old motor like that? Well, since I have nothing for it to go on to, I could strip it down and part it out on eBay. But that'd be ridiculous. A good running motor. What I'm going to do with that engine is I'm going to do something simple. I'm going to pop the cylinder off of it. I'm going to slap on the KM 100 cylinder and use it on one of those bikes. Or I could slap on a KE 100 cylinder and use it in another bike, another KE 100. It's the same motor. It's just aluminum looking. So there's no change. So I think that right there is going to be repowered into something different. I have a couple of projects I'm working on, so that right there might come in handy for that. So that right there is what I had for you tonight. I wanted to talk to you guys about weights and how you can get some, what is what. So if you're building a KE 100, okay, and you have a aluminum cylinder, which most of them do, 99.9% of them have the aluminum cylinder, you can actually put on the aluminum head right onto that motor, and it'll fit just fine and give you plenty of cooling. And I think they weigh quite, I mean, it's definitely very light. I mean, very, very light. I'm going to see what these two weigh together. I know it's not a whole lot. Like that I can tell you right now. So I'm going to throw it on the scale and find out what this thing weighs. Okay. You guys are going to love this. 5 pounds, 11 ounces. I'm sorry, 5 pounds, 1 ounces. Sorry, 5 pounds, 1 ounce. So, on a KE 100, both the head and the cylinder, 5 pounds, 1 ounce. That's pretty darn good right there. Okay? Excuse me. With that said, the two of these combined weigh less than the cylinder next to it on the KM. Go figure. So, that's pretty much what I want to talk to you guys about tonight, is a little bit of how to get some weight off your bike. You can change over the head to a KE 100 head and gain a pound or so off your bike. And the idea behind this is, if you change your rims and put the aluminum rims on your bike, okay, you're looking at 2 to 3 pounds a wheel lighter. You change out your head, now you're another pound lighter. That's 4 pounds. You take some of the metal off your frame, like those little pieces that hang down the back for the bag, or whatever you could do, excuse me, to lighten up the bike. You can really make a really fast, lightweight bike. And that's the key to this, is to make them lightweight. Okay? So we got that. I wanted to nail that down and chit-chat with you about that for a little bit. And show you the G3 one more time before I take it down and figure out what I'm going to do. And I use covers on everything. I don't know if you guys noticed that. No, I have caps and covers. This is the cover right here that I put over the intakes. It fits on there really snug. And it's just a cap. I save caps, and this prevents stuff from going in the motor. So I can put that right back on there, nice and tight, and nothing can get into the engine. Like I said, this is my test stand, so I'm going to be doing a lot of testing on it. I'm going to be doing my engine's break-in on the KE 102. And we're going to drain the oil out of it and put performance oil in it. And that. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's kind of what you're dealing with right there. You know, basically that G8, everything's the same on it. Everything's the same as the KEs. I could put that right into a KE and not think twice about it. It's the same bike. Might have a different gear ratio, but, you know, internally. But other than that, it's the same bike. Man. I am so tired. What a long week. God. Long week. And Greg in the Morning Buzz did their, what do you call it, the Lend a Helping Can. And I've been listening to that on the radio. I drive a truck, so this time of year is my busy season. So we still got to do the exhaust on the bike before winter happens. Get that done so I can clean that up and get that into paint. We have a lot of videos coming up. I ordered the, I'm going to be doing a comparison video from that AC 100 carburetor to the KE 100 carburetor. And we have a lot of stuff going on. And I have a special treat to show you guys. On my next Carb Talk video. I really apologize for the yawning. I am exhausted. But I wanted to throw a video out there and share with you guys this before I put it all away. So I apologize for that. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up, guys. A lot of stuff. Carburetor videos. That video I'm going to be doing is going to talk to you guys about jetting. How to jet. What to look for in a carburetor. I have a special feature that I'm going to add to a carburetor, and Sorry. It's going to blow your mind. It really is. I mean, it's just simply awesome. And I'm just waiting for that all to come in. So once that comes in the mail, we'll be putting that together. And you're going to love it, guys. I'm telling you right now, you're going to love it. You're going to be like, I have got to do that to my bike. And it's a quick way to get extra power out of a factory. I try to use factory stuff. I was trying to find an aftermarket carburetor. I was unsuccessful. I know they make other carburetors for other bikes that would work on it, but you know what? The factory Mikuni carburetor, I can get a lot of power out of that one little carburetor. You'll be surprised how much performance you can get out of a factory carburetor. In fact, you'll find that you sometimes, in this case, can get more power out of a factory carburetor than you can an aftermarket one. So I'm going to show you guys how to high performance your carburetor. I'm going to teach you guys how to jet and what to look for and how jets work. There's going to be a whole big topic on those topics. So we're going to be rolling with those questions. How to performance carburetors. There'll be another Carb Talk video. I know you guys have a lot of questions on Carb Talk, and that's why I do that, because you can't put all, you think something so small that you could just have all the answers to, but you can't always, so, you know, all at the same time. You're talking hours to explain a carburetor. So I break it up into these little scenarios and these little tidbits videos, and hopefully it helps you guys with that. So that's pretty much all I have for tonight. Just talking your ear off. Wanted to say hi. 143 subscribers, guys. Thank you. You guys are simply awesome. And oh yeah, and tomorrow morning I'm picking up the Harley Davidson motor so we can get that Harley back up to going. I found one and it's local, so I'm able to get the parts I need to put that Harley Davidson AMF back together. Moped. And yeah, I can't believe it. 21,000 views, guys. You guys are killing me. I love you guys. Thank you. That just goes to show that what I'm putting out there is helpful, and you guys are enjoying them. And I really appreciate doing these videos for you guys. You know, comparison videos. I have extra parts. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. And I try to nail it down to these videos like cylinder heads and jugs and what's the difference between a KE jug and a KM. KE and KD. I'm sorry, KM and KM and KD. It's off to the left. The KEs are right in the center. And sorry. And the 90cc is also the exhaust is also just like the KE 100. In the middle, but that's a 90cc. So stroke is the same. They pretty much only had 2 strokes. You could only get 2 cranks, which was nice. You either got the short stroke or you got the long stroke. And yeah, so that goes a long way. But pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I want to just say thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, and I hope you find them helpful and informative, you know, because these bikes right here, there's no support, and I'm doing everything I can to get you guys all that information. I've got so many videos on the docket to do. I got one on brakes, which I still haven't got to yet. It's killing me. I can't believe it. But we're going to get to the brake one. Hopefully next weekend we'll do the brake one. So I got to get that video out there for you guys. A lot of questions on videos. Keep the questions coming. Put them right in the comments section, your questions. If you guys need to email me, I'm going to give you guys my email address. And you guys can email me any questions, any pictures. I like pictures of the bikes. There's a lot of cool bikes out there, and I really enjoy viewing them. So I'm going to give you guys, I really enjoy viewing the pictures of the bikes. And I love what you guys are doing with them, and it's inspiring. I mean, it's like an art form. So I'm going to give you guys my email. Okay. I'm going to give you guys my email real quick. You can reach me, guys, at Lugnutz, LUGGNUTZ76 at yahoo.com. Okay? So that's LUGGNUTZ76 at yahoo.com. That's my email. And you guys can send me emails and stuff like that all the time. I don't care. Send them to me, and I will respond to you guys. And we can communicate. Or if you need to ask me a question, I prefer you to ask the questions on the YouTube channel. And the reason for that is really, really simple. You're not the only one with that question. So if you ask me a question, say, for example, the spark plug comes in at an angle on this one, but not on my KE, it goes straight down. Is that going to affect the motor at all? So if it comes in at an angle and it comes down, is it going to be a power difference? No. But someone else is probably thinking the same thing and doesn't want to ask the question. They feel it's going to be stupid. It's not a stupid question. The stupid question would be, I didn't ask it, and then something happened. You know what I mean? You may need to change spark plugs, because the height difference. I can answer those questions for you. You can use these heads. They're awesome heads. They're lightweight, and you just made yourself a very lightweight package right there. I'm using a heavy head on mine because mine's high compression. So I'm gaining a little bit of weight on mine. Mine weighs the same as the KE 100 head. However, I believe it's also, yeah, they're all aluminum. So I'm good on the aluminum part. So I still have aluminum to aluminum. It's just a little heavier because it's a high compression head. It's a lot thicker. What is a high compression head? Well, I have a comparison video. This is the combustion chamber in the center, right here. A high compression head has a smaller one. See, that's not a stupid question. It would have been if you didn't answer it, and then, if you didn't ask it, or if you asked it and I gave you guys some, stupid remark, Don't feel bad asking me. I've heard pretty much any question you possibly going to ask me. So, why do we have a big toe? It's for balance. You know what I mean? So, by all means, keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming. Share my page, please. Thank you guys very much. I seen that my shares are up. I'm in playlist. I got to organize my playlist. I'm up to 203 videos. This is 204. So I'm still new at this, believe it or not. I'm still new at this after all this time. And trying to get this content out there for you guys to view and watch. And so you guys saw my videos on the 12-volt conversion. You guys saw my videos on from points to electronic ignition. And now I'm doing the KE 102 build, the expansion chamber. I got a lot of stuff going on. So, thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you guys and get this stuff, get your bikes up and running. So that's pretty much all I got for right now. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.